Did you know in the original version of GTA 5, many of the cars actually showed the map of Liberty City instead of Los Santos on their GPS? Or at GTA 5's Elysian Island, you'll see this boat that was once docked at GTA 4's Port Tudor. These are just two examples of some of the GTA 4 references that have made their way into GTA 5, but there's actually a lot more that I never knew about. Welcome to Late Night Level Up, the show that levels up your gaming knowledge one episode at a time. I'm 12AMT, and today we're going to be covering every single GTA 4 reference that's found inside GTA 5. There's going to be subtle things like this poster from Niko's Safehouse that's seen in the YellowJack, as well as a bunch of characters that return from Liberty City. Now, in addition to that ship, there's actually another secret hiding down at the docks that I bet you've never noticed. If you're doing work for the downtown Cabco as Franklin, you'll get a customer that asks you to bring them down to the docks to take care of some lost MC members. Once you arrive, you're gonna see two Albany vehicles with the license plates of Niko B and Roman B, obviously mentioning Niko and Roman Bellic. But on top of that, these Albany manufactured cars are the same brand of vehicles that Roman would use back in Liberty City for his taxi company. During the same mission, you can find this LCC Hexer motorcycle with the license plates of Luis Lopez. This is referencing the main protagonist of GTA 4's The Ballad of Gay Tony DLC, but he also appears in the base game as well as the Lost and the Damned expansion. Another little license plate Easter egg can be found at the O'Neill's Ranch. You can find what looks like the front bumper of an early generation Albany Cavalcade, but it has a Liberty City license plate attached to it. Now, my online players out there have definitely seen people driving around with the Liberty City license plate, but here it's found in the GTA 5 main story. That license plate with Niko's name on it is far from the only mention of Niko in GTA 5. Starting off with the more well-known mentions, you'll hear Lester speaking about Niko Bellic during the first heist in the mission casing the jewel store.
There was an Eastern European guy making moves in Liberty City, but he went quiet.
He mentions an Eastern European man making moves in Liberty City who has since gone quiet. So this could mean that either Niko was killed, or maybe he's just moved on from his life of crime. In my eyes, the ending of GTA 4 would imply more likely that Niko's just done with crime. I mean, he came to Liberty City with a mission in mind, which he was able to complete. Before we continue, there's a character by the name of Packie McReary that we need to mention next. You might remember Packie from his larger role in GTA 4, but if you've only played GTA 5, then you might not even know who he is, or think he's just a hired gun that doesn't matter. Well, Packie's appeared in GTA 4, as well as both expansions and GTA 5. He worked very closely with Niko, and in the credits of The Ballad of Gay Tony, we see him exiting a taxi at Francis International Airport, duffel bag in hand. Fast forward to 2013 and he's living in Los Santos. He appears in the game early on, robbing a drugstore in Strawberry. He asks the player for help with a getaway ride, and the player can either help him out or help the store owner. If you choose to help out Packie, he'll be available to hire later on, saying,
"There's your share, bro. Think of me. Packie McReary of Duke's LC."
It's later on during the Polito score where we hear Packie talk about Niko for the first time. He specifically brings up the Bank of Liberty robbery that happens during the mission 3-Leaf Clover and touches on each gunman that was a part of that job. He gets to Niko at the end and says that he's lost touch with him since he left Liberty City, but he presumes him to be dead. In my opinion, this doesn't really mean anything though. The last time that McReary spoke to Niko, he was still involved in a super dangerous lifestyle, so it's totally understandable for him to think this. But another well-known and weird place that we see Niko in GTA 5 is on Jimmy DeSantis' laptop. You see Niko's LifeInvader page open, and it makes you wonder, how does Jimmy even know about Niko and why is he looking at his page? I was able to find a high-resolution photo of Niko's LifeInvader page, so we can actually go in and look at all the recent activity. At the top, we see it says that he lives in San Andreas, but he also posted 12 days ago in Chinatown with the caption, "I was hungry after an hour." This makes it sound like Niko has moved away from Liberty City due to all the pain that this place has caused him, but decided to come back to visit just for a short time. And we see an example of this in GTA 5 that looks like law enforcement has caught wind of his move, because we see Niko's wanted posters in different parts of the map. I got another HD copy of this one, and we see that Niko's wanted for assault with a deadly weapon. The LCPD states it's in connection to a shooting that happened at a nightclub down near Hove Beach. Down at the bottom of the poster, you can see that witnesses describe hearing an Eastern European accent, which they say narrows down the search to 95% of Hove Beach. Now, we're gonna head over to the YellowJack and find a few more details as well as even a fan conspiracy. So as I stated in the very beginning, you can find one of Niko's posters in the YellowJack, but there's one difference. While the image on the poster is identical, the tape around the edges is actually mirrored, so it's interesting that they took it and then flipped the tape but left the image the same. You can also find this brown jacket, which everyone loves to claim is Niko's. Personally, like, bro, it's just a brown jacket. However, there is somewhat of a popular theory that Niko was killed here by Trevor. You'll hear the bartender make remarks to Trevor about not bringing any more bodies here, and you can see bloody footprints in the pool area. This shows that at least something happened here, but this is Trevor we're talking about, and there's not really any other connection to Niko other than, I guess, his poster and a brown jacket, so I don't really buy into this theory. There's also a whole debate on whether you want to wonder who's gonna win in a fight, Niko or Trevor. Personally, I got Niko. He was like Spetsnaz, he was military. Trevor's just insane. It's actually, to be honest, it's a good fight, but who do you think's winning? Continuing on with Trevor though, we all know about this scene.
Trevor! I'm talking to you, motherfucker!
Are you? What are you saying?
Fucking my girl, man, it's wrong.
Fucking shit! Gonna you, huh? You fuck!
Here, we see Johnny Klebitz from GTA 4's The Lost in the Dam meeting an extremely swift end to his arrival. What's interesting though is you can actually find newspapers with Johnny Klebitz's face on the cover. The headline on these says Love's Hate Relationship with Taxes. This is a long-standing Easter egg that Rockstar's been putting on their newspapers in-game. You can actually find this exact same newspaper in GTA 4, but instead of Johnny Klebitz on the cover, it's Donald Love from GTA 3. Going back to the scene where Johnny Klebitz gets clapped, you're gonna see a bunch of other returning characters from GTA 4. This includes Ashley Butler, who's the on and off again girlfriend of Johnny, as well as Terry Thorpe and Clay Simons, who all appeared in The Lost and Damned. While the latter two are taken out by Trevor, the player actually gets the option of taking out Ashley as well. Moving on to some other characters, during one of the Vinewood souvenir missions, Trevor can take out a character by the name of Al Di-Napoli, who returns from the Ballad of Gay Tony. Trevor is sent to kidnap Al, and the player gets the option to either release him early and collect a payment, or just send him on the train tracks and he goes head on with a train. For other characters, we of course cannot forget about Lazlow Jones or Brucie Kibbutz. Now these are two characters that you definitely can't forget. Lazlow Jones has a long history that deserves his own entire video, but you can just look at all of his past appearances in GTA titles right here. He's one of the most interesting characters because the person who plays Lazlow has been working for Rockstar since GTA 3. This guy worked right alongside Dan Houser as a writer, but Lazlow the character is most well known for all of his work on the GTA radios. As we all know, he has plenty of appearances in both GTA 5 and GTA Online. Brucie Kibbutz, on the other hand, is another very interesting personality, but he first appears in GTA 4. He shows up in the base game as well as the Ballad of Gay Tony. By the time 2013 rolls around, Brucie has landed the role of the spokesperson for Bullshark Testosterone, a role I'm sure we're all familiar with. Another major returning character to GTA 5 is Tony Prince, better known as the Gay Tony. He played a role in Liberty City's nightclub scene, but makes a return in 2018 to help out with the player's nightclub business in GTA Online. Now the name of Kerry Mcintosh might not ring any bells for you because it definitely didn't to me, but she's actually a well-known celebrity in the GTA universe, and she even has her own star on the Vinewood Walk of Fame. If you do remember her, it might be because you deliver her to your nightclub to boost popularity, but you also are going to find her in GTA 5's main story when playing as Trevor. She's mentioned during the Ballad of Gay Tony, but she doesn't physically appear. One famous actress we see in both GTA 4 and 5 is Poppy Mitchell, or as I like to call her, Poopy Michelle. She first appears during a mission in the Ballad of Gay Tony, where you have to protect her from the paparazzi. In GTA 5, however, she is much more unhinged, but to be honest, we do switch sides. While we protected her in GTA 4, we end up becoming the paparazzi in GTA 5 and record her. This causes her to chase us throughout the city and threatens to kill us and everyone we care about. Isn't that nice from Poopy Michelle? Similar to Kerry Mcintosh, you can also deliver her to your nightclub to boost popularity. Something I just want to add in real quick is look at the transformation between her in GTA 4 and her in GTA 5. I think it'd be really fun for me to do a video comparing how characters evolve throughout the GTA games, because some of them are really bad like this, but some of them actually are translated pretty well. Someone that we see go through a bit of a character arc though is Marnie Allen. In GTA 4, Niko finds her withdrawing from substances and in quite rough shape. He helps her out once, but after finding her again and hearing about her situation, Niko agrees to pay for her trip out of Liberty City. Later on, Niko receives an email from her saying that she's back home living with her family and going to college. By 2013, you'll find Marnie working with the Epsilon program, which isn't exactly the best arc, but she's not living on the street anymore, so that's good. In 2021, we find her in GTA Online's The Contract, trying to work with Lamar on getting into the legalized weed business. Speaking of business, we're gonna move on to some Liberty City inspired brands. You can purchase clothing as well as find clothing stores throughout Los Santos by the name of Broker. This is one of Liberty City's 4 boroughs, but it also could be a play on the real-life brand Brooklyn Industries. Now, you may or may not consider this next one a brand, but there's a character in GTA 4 by the name of Yusuf Amir. He was only mentioned twice in GTA 4, but appears fully in the Ballad of Gay Tony. He returned to GTA 5 along with the Chop Shop update, which introduced the Yusuf Amir luxury finishes for weapons. These are gold and highly detailed weapon customizations that were added into online. Another little business Easter egg you can find is this place called Shady Pete's Sunglasses. You probably look at the banner and think nothing of it, but the photo of the woman on the left was actually used in GTA 4. This is Licking Good's profile picture from the website Love Me, although it's been slightly edited to fit this new use case. I find it super interesting to see assets like this reused. Just thinking about artists digging into old files and repurposing stuff like this is really neat. Now, moving on to the vanilla unicorn, you can find this sticker inside of a red heart that says Honkers in the middle. This is from Honkers Gentlemen's Club in GTA 4, but you can find this same sticker at tattoo parlors throughout San Andreas. Heading down to the south side, outside of South LS Liquor, you'll find this guy named Jerome who preaches on the street as what's called a soapboxer. But what you want to catch here is that occasionally he's going to mention a brother in Liberty City, which is referencing the soapboxers that you would find in GTA 4. But what's funny is that in Liberty City, you'll hear people around them yelling at them to go back to San Andreas. Well, I guess one of them did. Now, when participating in triathlons, around the area you'll hear people talking about the Liberty City Marathon, which I think is pretty neat to just connect the cities like that. A small little detail, inside Franklin's nicer house, you'll find a stack of books, and on top is a book titled Liberty City Popart. Moving on to something a bit more fun and mysterious now, when you're playing as Trevor and driving a vehicle with a CB radio such as his personal Bodie, you can overhear a conversation. If you listen closely though, you can catch a chat between a security guard and a truck driver named Eddie Lowe. Now, Eddie Lowe is notorious in GTA 4 for being an insane serial killer as well as living an extremely troubled life. He's one of the more intriguing characters in the GTA universe. In this radio conversation, you'll hear the truck driver Eddie Lowe acknowledging the similarity, but saying that it's just a connection by name and that's it. This makes sense though, because in GTA 4, Eddie Lowe is ultimately killed by Niko, but it's still cool that they made this little reference. Interestingly though, in Red Dead Redemption 2, there's a serial killer by the name of Edmund Lowry Jr., and they also kill their victims in the same manner by dissecting them. It's really cool to see that Rockstar has carried this persona through their games, so we have to wonder who's it gonna be in GTA 6. I'm hoping maybe Eddie Lowe has a son that we don't know about yet, and he has moved down to Leonida. Moving on to the introduction of GTA 4, it opens up with a bit of a shocking scene, you could say. If you've played the game, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, but if you haven't and you're around other people, I would recommend maybe turning down the audio just a little bit, or maybe a lot. The game opens up with this iconic and slightly playful music, and then we hear Dave Bossoy.
Daddy's back, you bitches!
Dave, come on. Niko, what are you doing? Dave is not coming. Ignore him.
Now this line gets shown love in GTA 5 and can be heard by Michael when entering his house.
Daddy's back, bitches!
Another time that we see something kinda like this is in Daddy's Little Girl. In this mission, Michael goes to a yacht called the Dignity to protect his daughter from less than honorable activities. He ends up fighting with all the guys on board, and we actually see this Buzzard attack chopper flying towards the yacht. This is thought to be a little reference to the Ballad of Gay Tony's mission called Sexy Time, where a helicopter just like this one is used to destroy a yacht. Now, in the mission 3's Company from GTA 5, this is the first time we see all three protagonists working together. But this mission mission is likely referencing GTA 4's mission titled Three's a Crowd. Not only is this because the mission names are basically identical, but it's also the first time that we meet Karen Daniels, aka that bitch Michelle from GTA 4. She also does appear in GTA Online after the Humane Labs raid. We can't move on from Michelle without mentioning the ULP Contact. Real name Bernard, he's a senior agent with the IAA who goes under the front of the United Liberty paper. He held a critical role in GTA 4's story, but also appears during 2 missions in GTA 5, as well as GTA Online's Doomsday Heist and the Criminal Enterprises. In GTA Online, the ULP Contact hires our character as a sworn-in IAA agent to complete tasks, which is pretty similar to the way it played out in GTA 4. Now, Bernard is canonically alive, but he can be shot by Michael or the FIB during the mission The Wrap-Up. We've covered a lot of characters, but let's take a break from that and move on to some cool media references. I'm sure you've definitely seen the in-game TV shows in GTA 5, such as Republican Space Rangers or Princess Robot Bubblegum. However, did you know that 2 of the in-game movies actually utilize footage from well-known locations in GTA 4? First up, we have the movie titled Capolavoro, which translates to masterpiece in Italian. This one contains the Statue of Happiness from GTA 4, and even contains that little Easter egg heart inside. On the poster for the movie, it states that it won the Best Foreign Film in the Algonquin Film Festival, and it was also nominated for the Best Marketing Strategy. If you didn't know, Algonquin is just another borough in Liberty City like Broker. The movie returned to Los Santos to celebrate its 50th anniversary, which means that it would have been produced in 1963, but the in-game website Classic Vinewood shows that it was produced in 1964, which is either an oversight by the developers or my source. One cool fact about this movie is that you can actually find it being played in North Yankton's theaters, which I think is pretty cool that Rockstar included that. Now, the next movie, Meltdown, has some really fun things to talk about. This movie plays more of a role in GTA 5's story, but when it comes to GTA 4 references, it is full of them. The majority of the film is made up from footage of GTA 4. While the graphics are reminiscent of the original game, it seems like the lighting, render distance, and reflections have been tweaked to match more of the look of GTA 5. There's one scene in the movie where the main character is sitting in a high-rise office overlooking Algonquin, but in reality, it was actually filmed in the IAA office from GTA 5, and they just edited Algonquin into the background. The movie contains several other scenes driving around where Algonquin is just green screened into the background. Now, Michael DeSanto was hired on this film as an associate producer by Solomon Richards, and by choosing ending C at the end of GTA 5, you'll see Solomon bleat about a potential sequel to Meltdown. As some of you may have seen, in GTA 6 Trailer 2, you can actually find a DVD of Meltdown sitting in a bargain bin. So this movie is still being circulated a decade later, albeit in a bargain bin, but do any of you out there think we're gonna see a Meltdown 2? I think it's totally possible. One character that's connected to all of this is Rocco Pelosi. He's the secondary main character in GTA 4's The Ballad of Gay Tony, but makes a return in GTA 5 after fleeing Liberty City. Going from the life of a made man in the Ancelotti crime family, he returns to Los Santos as a corrupt talent agent and a club promoter. The problem for Rocco is that he made the mistake of signing an actor by the name of Milton McIlroy, who appeared in Meltdown. Solomon catches wind of this and sends Michael to put an end to Rocco's corruption. Rocco becomes upset about this and breaks into Solomon's studio to assault him, however Michael was already scheduled to be there and intervenes. Rocco and his associate flee, understandably, and this leads to a chase throughout the city, which ends in the death of Rocco and his associate Gianni. As you can see, there are tons of GTA 4 references in GTA 5, and I didn't even include any details from other Rockstar games. We've already seen what looks like Michael's stolen boat sitting outside of Jason's house in GTA 6 Trailer 2, but what else are we gonna find? Well anyways, check out my other videos right here on screen, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.